Hello, my name is Maggie, and I will be reading Little Women. It is by Louisa May Alcott, and I believe that this would be a book that I would read to my middle schoolers. I have read it before, but I feel like I can think aloud while reading this book. So this is the front cover. And the title is Little Women, as you guys probably know. But the woman in the front page, she looks very powerful and she looks like she knows what she wants. And I think from the book cover that she's going to be like a powerful woman. And I think she's going to be showing us that she knows what she wants. And I feel like she's going to be like one of the main characters. Um, okay, front. So Christmas won't be Christmas without any presents, grumbled Joe, lying on the rug. It's so dreadful to be poor, sighed Meg, looking down at her old dress. I don't think it's fair for some girls to have plenty of pretty things and other girls nothing at all, added little Amy with an injured sniff. We've got mother and father and mother and each other, said Beth contentedly from her corner. So right away as I'm reading this, I'm trying to figure out the different roles like the sisters play. So all of them seem to be complaining, saying it's so dreadful to be poor. They have like a lot of pity for themselves. And then Beth, I feel like she might be um, the sister who like brings all of her other sisters together because she's saying we've got father and mother, so she's looking at like the bigger picture, and she's saying and each other. So she's also like not listing, so she's saying we've got father and mother and each other. So she's putting like father and mother. Usually you just say parents. I'm also wondering why she's putting those two separately. The four young faces on which the firelight shone brightened at the cheerful words, but darkened again as Joe said sadly, "We haven't got father and shall not have him for a long time." She didn't say perhaps never, but each silently added it, thinking of father far away where the fighting was. So I'm thinking where their father is and also like how long have they not seen him for? Because it seems like a really long time, and I'm wondering if he's still in the picture. How often do they speak together? Yeah. Nobody spoke for a minute. Then Meg said in an altered tone, "You know the reason Mother proposed not having any presents this Christmas was because it is going to be a hard winter for everyone, and she thinks we ought not to spend money for pleasure when our men are suffering so in the army." So I'm wondering, are they very poor or do they not feel good about spending money when obviously their father is at war? Do they feel guilty for indulging in like buying things for themselves while like their father is struggling? We can't do much, but we can make our little sacrifices and ought to do it gladly, but I'm afraid I don't. And Meg shook her head as she thought regretfully of all the pretty things she wanted. So that confirmed what I said. She wants a lot of pretty things, but she feels bad for wanting them. But I don't think the little we should spend would do any good. We've each got $1, and the army wouldn't be much helped by our giving that. I agree not to expect anything from mother or you, but I do want to buy Undine and Cintron for myself. I've wanted it so long, said Joe, who was a bookworm. So she obviously really wants this book. And she does feel bad, but she's trying to excuse like that she does deserve something bought for herself. I plan to spend mine in new music, said Beth with a little sigh, which no one heard but the hearth brush and kettle holder. I shall get a nice box of Faber's drawing pencils. I really need them, said Amy decidedly. So they're all making like an excuse that like what they need is a valid reason that they're like wanting to buy something for themselves and they feel like that they do deserve it and they're like giving excuses. Mother didn't say anything about our money, and she won't wish us to give up everything. Let's each buy what we want and have a little fun. I'm sure we work hard enough to earn it, cried Joe, examining the heels of her shoes in a gentlemanly manner. So they clearly do not buy a lot of things for themselves, and they really feel like this is the time where they can. I know I do, teaching those tiresome children nearly all day when I'm longing to enjoy myself at home, began Meg in the complaining tone again. You don't have half such as a hard time as I do, said Joe. How would you like to be shut up for hours with a nervous, fussy old lady who keeps you trotting, is never satisfied, and worries you till you're ready to fly out the window or cry? So clearly they're comparing like what they do and saying that what they're doing is a lot harder. They're comparing each other and also complaining, and they're clearly not happy and probably tired. It's naughty to fret, but I do think washing dishes and keeping things tidy is the worst work in the world. It makes me cross and my hands get so stiff. I can't practice well at all. And Beth looked at her rough hands with a sigh that anyone could hear that time. I don't believe any of you suffer as I do, cried Amy, for you don't have to go to school with impertinent girls who plague you if you don't know your lessons, and laugh at your dresses, and label your father if he isn't rich, and insult you when your nose isn't nice. So clearly she goes to a school where a lot of the girls are mean and probably bullying goes on. She's probably also not too happy with her school. And I feel like they probably judge her dad since he's not really in the picture right now. If you mean libel, I'd say so, and not talk about labels as if Papa was a pickle bottle, advised Joe, laughing. I know what I mean, and you needn't be satirical about it. It's proper to use good words and improve your vocabulary, returned Amy with dignity. So the words in here are spelled wrong. So I feel like possibly that Amy doesn't have good grammar, and she's still learning. And I think she might be like the younger sister. Don't peck at one another, children. Don't you wish we had the money Papa lost when we were little, Joe? Dear me, how happy and good we'd be if we had no worries, said Meg, who couldn't remember better times. So they seem to be really worried about money. These 2 pages are filled with like them speaking about money. Um, and I think that they're very, like, I feel like they're a very close family from this because, like, they're sisters, and I think that they're extremely close. But obviously, these are like sister arguments, and obviously, they aren't happy, and like their father's at war. So I think that they have a lot going on. But I think that's enough time, or that is time. So I think that it's from what I already read, I could see the strong connection between the sisters.